All right. We asked for it. We asked for supply, and we got it. Supply is up, not historically high. It's getting higher as we speak. 2004 was the peak of supply and demand. 2008 was a huge shocker because we had all those toxic asset loans. And ever since then, we've been climbing up and up and up. And now we're at a plateau. Sellers are being as stubborn as the buyers. Geez. Can't get that right now. Yeah, sellers are being very stubborn about pricing their house correctly. The market is contracting a little bit. This article here just says that things are coming down. Here's the proof. I'm not going to go through all that, but post-pandemic highs giving buyers more options. Now, it's true. Buyers have been picky over the last few months. It's absolutely true. As a matter of fact, yesterday I showed you the expired number. I want to show you this real quick. Yesterday I did this. Number of expired listings in Santa Clara County. Everything's shooting up. This is 2022 when rates went up. But this is a little more telling right here. This is the number of canceled, withdrawn, and expired listings in Santa Clara County, SFR, single families only, no condos. I do this because Ryan Lundquist, who is my chart muse, my numbers nerd muse, he talks about all these different ways of looking at the market. He's an appraiser up in Sacramento, and I take that same concept, the same topic, and try to manipulate it so it's down here in Santa Clara County and the Bay Area. So you have another way of looking at it. But if you look, May, we shot up as far as withdrawns, cancellations, and expireds. And that's 3 different categories, but they're all kind of the same thing. So June, it fell down a little bit. This number is probably going to change because we're still early into June. So this might plateau out. And then once we get into July, we'll see the same thing kind of go up a little bit. We're seeing frustrated sellers pull houses off market. Home delistings spike as sellers hold out for better offers. This was July 8th. By Luke Baines in Scotsman's Guide, and delistings are outpacing overall inventory growth in the U.S. housing market. But I just showed you Santa Clara, so I showed you the local. Let's see, real estate listings noted that delistings increased almost 50% from the prior year, which are 35%. Again, we were going into a slowing pace. So what does this mean to you? It means this is a great time to buy. Is it a great time to sell? No, but here's the thing, right? Right now, we're in a downward slope. I wouldn't say it's a crash like this. This looks like it was 2008. There's less competition right now. And what will happen is sellers will start panicking. Sellers will start pulling houses off market. Sellers will start lowering price. And then more competition comes in because buyers realize now's the time to buy. And then there's more competition and more competition. Next thing you know, you're competing for price because you have multiple offers on houses. And this is exciting for me because, I've been telling you this for the last 4 or 5 years that I've been doing these lives. This is a time to buy a house if you're in the market. I know affordability is out the max. I know that rates are high, but when rates drop, they have to drop because 7% is just not sustainable right now. It's just keeping people out of the market. When rates drop, there's going to be a whole lot more buyers in the market. And then if you buy today, you can refinance then. Buy a house you can afford right now. Because once the rates drop, then there'll be more competition. And then we'll see a little bump and a little bump, right? So these are recessions right here. This is the Case-Shiller U.S. National Home Price Index, and this only goes to 1988. I'll show you in the next slide. Actually, this slide right here goes to 60. Every time there's a recession, let me make this so you can see it bigger. Every time there's a recession, rates hold, except for 2008, right? Because that was just stock market greed. Even in the last recession in 20, we saw rates go or prices go up. If you look at this, prices continue to go up, right? Prices will continue to go up, but that's because we were seeing historically low rates. Now things are evening out, but prices are still going up. What's going on? Why? Because people need a place to live. They know. And real estate is still a great place to park money if you have it. And here's the mortgage rates, right? We're at 7%. 7.76 was the highest that we saw in November 2023. Now we're down to 6.67, but really you can drop that down to 6 or 5.5 if you buy points. But here's the thing. When it comes down, it's going to come down maybe 1/4 or 0.5%. Rates are already down 1/4% from from March, April, May. So that means you're going to look at 6.25, maybe 6%, and then you're going to want to buy it down to 5.5%. 5.5% is the parity to bring buyers back in the market, make them feel good. I say 5.5% as a rule of thumb, right? That's not an exact number. That's not science. Just like I don't know if we're in a buyer's market or seller's market. I think we're in an equilibrium right now. We're in a very balanced market. So just keep that in mind. Okay, Wednesday, 90 days on market. We have 67 total listings that are on market over 90 days. And I keep looking at this one on Woosley, which is right by my house. And let's see, this one is 1.4858, and it's right here. It's been on market forever, and it's just not selling. And there's probably nothing wrong with it, other than the agent took their photos with the iPhone. You know, if you're going to spend $1 million, ask for $1 million or 1.458 for a house, you should have professional photos. This doesn't help. And this is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, not my listing, 1,400 square feet. So that's what you get for 90 days on market. This is distressed homes in in the Bay Area. And there's 69 of them total. Everything here are condos and townhouses in the Santa Clara County. And this thing should not be selling for $800,000. It's a 2-bedroom condo. That looks like it should be like maybe $150,000, but it's a rental, right? I mean, this is set up to be a rental. I think this is a house. Yeah, it's a single family house. So $800,000 for a 2-bedroom house. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I probably wouldn't buy that. I'd probably buy that for like $300,000 and insult the bank. These are REOs, bank-owned properties. Here's the San Jose snapshot, which we'll go into real quick, which is Wednesday. And we have 300 homes that are on market over 40 days. We have 67 homes that are on market over 90 days. Bank owns, we have 69, and REOs, all of California is 276. So we're still not in the REO market, but just to give you numbers here so you can take a look at the chart, nothing is spiking except for the inventory. The 40-day plus is coming up. Same thing with San Jose for sale. We have our inventory, guys. We just don't have the buyers. So what's going on? Again, the market is telling us that buyers are being picky. They're just waiting for the rates to drop. And if they're going to buy a house, they're going to get it for their price or their condition or their location. And houses are still selling. We still closed 70 houses last week. We went 69 of them went into contract. This is for San Jose. In Santa Clara County, we have 142 going into contract. Not boggling numbers, but there's still, I mean, if you look at this number through the last couple of years, it's not bad. I mean, it's still pretty pretty relevant, pretty consistent numbers, not crazy numbers like we saw in 2020 to 2022, but it is what it is. So I still say it's a good time to buy. I know prices are up. I don't think prices are going to come down, especially here. It might come down a little bit, but not enough to make it affordable. So buy what you can afford. And then when rates do come down, then you can refinance. That's what I've been telling people. So there you go. That's it for today. It's Wednesday, July 9th. I'm Vito with Avatano. Thanks for watching. We'll see you out there.